Hey there, friend. Have you ever opened your fridge, stared at the shelves, and thought, what should I eat to stay healthy as I get older? Maybe you've noticed your energy dips faster than it used to, or those little aches and pains feel a bit more persistent. I've been there too. But here's the good news. What we eat can be one of the most powerful tools we have to feel vibrant, strong, and truly enjoy these golden years. Today, we're going to talk about 5 foods that might be quietly working against your health. Foods many of us eat without a second thought. And don't worry, I'm not here to scold you or take away your favorites. Instead, I'll share simple, delicious swaps that can help you feel better, stay healthier, and maybe even add years to your life. Sound good? Let's get started. First up, processed meats. You know, I used to love a good deli sandwich, quick, easy, and satisfying. But here's the thing, those processed meats, like bacon, sausage, and even that sliced turkey from the deli counter, are packed with sneaky ingredients that can do more harm than good as we age. They're loaded with sodium, which we'll talk about in a minute. But even worse, many contain preservatives called nitrates or nitrites. These chemicals keep the meat looking fresh, but studies show they can increase the risk of heart disease and even certain cancers over time. Now, I'm not saying you need to give up your weekend breakfast tradition, cold turkey, pun intended. But what if we tried something new? Instead of bacon, how about a slice of grilled chicken or a fillet of salmon? Both are packed with protein to keep your muscles strong, and salmon has those wonderful omega-3s that support your brain and heart. If you're feeling adventurous, try a lentil stir-fry or a black bean burger. Plant-based proteins are gentler on your digestive system and full of fiber, something many of us could use more of. Next, the salt trap. Let's talk about salt. Now, I'm not just talking about the shaker on your table. Sodium hides in so many foods we think are healthy, like canned soups, frozen dinners, and even that low-fat salad dressing. As we age, our kidneys aren't as efficient at flushing out excess salt, which can lead to high blood pressure, swelling in your legs, or even put extra strain on your heart. Here's a trick my neighbor Rita taught me. Season with flavor, not salt. Fresh herbs like rosemary, thyme, or basil can transform a bland dish. A squeeze of lemon on veggies or a dash of garlic powder on roasted potatoes works wonders. And if you're craving something crunchy, skip the salted chips and try air-popped popcorn with a sprinkle of nutritional yeast. It's cheesy, savory, and oh so satisfying. Oh, and if you're thinking, but I don't have time to cook from scratch, I hear you. Try this. Make a big pot of vegetable soup on Sunday and freeze individual portions. You'll have a hearty, low-sodium meal ready in minutes. And your body will thank you. You know, it's amazing how small changes can add up. Just swapping out processed meats for lean proteins or choosing fresh herbs over salt can make a real difference in how you feel day to day. But we're just getting started. There's another category of foods many of us eat without realizing the risks, especially as our immune systems change with age. Let's talk about that next. You know, as we get older, our bodies become a little more particular, don't they? I remember my grandma saying, "Your stomach isn't as brave as it used to be." And she was right. That brings me to our next food to rethink: raw or undercooked dishes. Now, I'm not just talking about sushi, though that's part of it. Think runny eggs, unpasteurized cheeses, or even that rare steak you might have loved in your 50s. Here's the thing. Our immune systems aren't as quick to fight off bacteria as they once were. An undercooked egg or raw shellfish that might have just given you a mild upset stomach years ago could now lead to a serious bout of food poisoning. And trust me, at this age, recovering from that takes way longer than it used to. My friend Jim learned this the hard way after a bad oyster at a seafood buffet. Let's just say he's sticking to clam chowder now. But don't worry, this doesn't mean meals have to be boring. Swap that rare steak for a juicy, well-cooked piece of salmon or a tender roasted chicken. If you're craving eggs, try a veggie-packed omelet cooked all the way through. And if you love the creaminess of cheese, opt for pasteurized versions. They're just as delicious and much safer. Even veggies can be a concern if they're not washed thoroughly, so give those leafy greens an extra rinse or try lightly steamed asparagus with a drizzle of olive oil. You'll still get all the nutrients without the risk. The sugar sneak attack. Now, let's talk about something sweet, but not in a good way. Sugar. Oh, I get it. There's nothing like a warm cookie with your afternoon tea or a scoop of ice cream after dinner. But here's the catch. As we age, our bodies aren't as efficient at managing blood sugar spikes. That daily soda or handful of candy can quietly lead to weight gain, diabetes, or even zap your energy levels, leaving you feeling sluggish. But hold on. Before you think I'm here to steal your desserts, let me share a secret. Nature's candy is just as satisfying. Take berries, for example. They're sweet, packed with antioxidants, and won't send your blood sugar on a roller coaster. Try slicing strawberries over oatmeal, or blending frozen mango into a creamy, nice cream. And if you're a chocolate lover like me, reach for dark chocolate with 70% cocoa or higher. It's rich, indulgent, and has less sugar than milk chocolate. And let's not forget drinks. Sugary sodas and sweetened coffees can add up quickly. Instead, infuse your water with slices of citrus, cucumber, or fresh mint. Or brew a cup of cinnamon-spiced herbal tea. It's naturally sweet and cozy. Small swaps like these keep the joy in eating while protecting your health. You're probably noticing a pattern here. It's not about cutting out the foods you love, it's about upgrading them. And that's really the key, isn't it? Making choices that love you back. Now, I've got one more big culprit to share with you. A category so common you might not even realize how often it's sneaking into your meals. But before we get into that, let me ask you, have you ever had a food you thought was healthy, only to find out later it wasn't doing you any favors? Yeah, me too. That's why we're having this chat, because knowledge is power, and so is a good meal. You know, when my grandson asked me last week, "Grandma, what's your secret to staying so healthy?" I had to laugh, because the truth is, there's no big secret, just a series of small, smart choices we make every day. And that brings us to our last, but definitely not least, food to rethink: fried foods. Now, I'll be honest, nobody has to pry my cast iron skillet from my cold, dead hands, but here's what I've learned. Those crispy, golden favorites like fried chicken, French fries, and donuts, they're loaded with unhealthy fats that do a number on our hearts as we age. And not just that, all that heavy oil can make digestion feel like a marathon instead of a walk in the park. But here's the beautiful part. We can still enjoy all that crunch and flavor without the drawbacks. Have you tried air frying? It's been a game changer for me. You get that satisfying crisp with just a fraction of the oil. My personal favorite? Sweet potato fries with a sprinkle of smoked paprika. Or if you're craving something hearty, try oven-fried chicken with a crunchy almond flour coating, bringing it all together. Now, let's take a step back for a moment. If you're feeling overwhelmed thinking about all these changes at once, I want you to take a deep breath with me. Pauses. Takes an exaggerated deep breath. Good, because here's what matters most. Progress, not perfection. Maybe this week you swap out one processed meat meal for a grilled fish dinner. Next month, you might try reducing salt by experimenting with new herbs. Small steps create big changes over time. My friend Martha started by just switching from soda to sparkling water with lemon. Now she tells me she can't even remember the last time she bought a 12-pack of cola. A final word of encouragement. I want you to remember something important. Food isn't just fuel. It's love, it's memory, it's joy. The goal here isn't to take away your favorite foods, but to help you enjoy them in ways that love you back. Because you deserve to feel good. You deserve energy that lasts through the day. You deserve to enjoy your golden years, feeling strong and vibrant. So here's my challenge for you. Pick just one swap from today's video to try this week. Just one. Then come back and tell me in the comments how it went. Did you find a new favorite recipe? Did you notice a difference in how you feel? I read every single comment, and I can't wait to hear your stories. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor. Hit that like button and share this with a friend who might need to hear it too. Because good health is meant to be shared. Here's to your health, your happiness, and to many more delicious meals ahead. Cheers, my friend.